Tesla will lose approximately $1.1 billion in pure profit next year. Well, actually, starting pretty soon. But this is a huge blow to the company. It's a huge blow to electrification. Carbon credits are going to be eliminated from the United States. And this will affect Tesla's bottom line in profound ways. To give you some context here, Tesla made $2.89 billion in profit for the first 3 quarters of this year, right? Assuming that they're on track to make potentially $4 billion in profit for the year, this would eliminate 25% of Tesla's profit. But this is pure profit. This is not from actually really doing anything. So this is going to have a huge effect, not only on Tesla, but on the entire electric car industry in the United States. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. Unfortunately, this is some pretty bad news. What am I talking about here? Well, Trump is about to push through the cancellation of emission standards and fuel economy standards. So fuel economy standards are going to be, the new proposal targets an average of 34.5 miles per gallon by the 2031 model year. In other words, the US is doing, well, they're going back to the 1990s when it comes to fuel economy standards. Pretty much. I mean, that's an exaggeration, but you get my point. Now, this is what the White House said, which is completely false. But anyway, I'm going to share with you what they said. The previous standards were impossible to meet with available technologies for gas cars, plug-in hybrids and EREVs. Even hybrids can easily meet those targets, and would have compelled widespread shifts to EVs that American consumers did not ask for, accompanied by significant cost of living increases. They went on to say the average cost of a new car would have risen by nearly $1,000 when compared to the standards announced today. $1,000 average car price in the United States. I mean, if this is even true, average car price in the US is $56,000 for a petrol-powered car. EV, it's about the same, about 55,000 US dollars. So if prices did increase by $1,000, I don't know if consumers would even notice the difference. Anyhow, the government claims this reset is projected to save more than 1,500 lives and prevent nearly 250,000 serious injuries through 2050. Okay, let me just repeat that. This reset will save more than 1,500 lives and prevent nearly 250,000 serious injuries through 2050. Where do they come up with this stuff? Honestly, this is literally complete and utter nonsense. It's kind of hilarious. It's so funny. Yeah, I mean, so funny it's sad, actually. So they're developing new efficiency standards in the US right now, and they will be developed without consideration of electric vehicles and credit trading. In other words, they're actually saying they're getting rid of credit trading. For years, Tesla has gotten what many consider to be a golden goose, a secret weapon in its profitability, which I've talked on the channel a few times, that is carbon credits, or what are often called ZEV, zero emission vehicle credits in the US. Tesla, by making only electric cars, generates far more of these credits than it needs. So it, well, sells them. And really, other automakers, what they've done is they still make millions from selling gasoline cars. So they need these credits to avoid massive government fines for not meeting emissions and fuel economy targets. So they've been buying these credits from Tesla. It's been a multi-billion-dollar windfall for Tesla, pure profit directly into the bottom line. And I see it as a good thing. You should support them. Guys, people don't realize this, but fossil fuels, there's still trillions of dollars being pumped into that in subsidies. Let's have a look at these numbers. Okay, globally, Tesla has pulled in more than 10.4 billion US dollars from selling regulatory credits since 2017. And that's actually old data. I think by the end of this year, it'll be closer to 12 billion. They made a record $2.76 billion from this last year. But before that, they were closer to about just under 2 billion. Anyway, that's a lot of money. Historically, a massive chunk of these carbon credits, we're talking 40 to 50%, have come from the United States. Analysts have estimated that this translates to roughly 1.1 billion per year for Tesla from selling credits to gasoline guzzling automakers in America. But unfortunately, that's going to end very soon. The Trump administration is moving to slash fuel economy standards. This is a direct reversal of policies designed to push automakers towards more efficient, cleaner vehicles. And we know that does make a difference to health outcomes by having cleaner air. Specifically, though, the government are looking to end federal penalties for automakers that exceed fuel economy standards. Now, why does this matter so much? Because when you eliminate the penalties for making dirty cars, you eliminate the need for automakers to buy credits from Tesla. If there's no stick, there's no incentive to buy the carrot. This isn't just a slight adjustment. This is a strategic dismantling of a core piece of the climate and EV policy framework in the United States, one that existed before Joe Biden, before the previous administration. This has immediate and devastating financial implications for Tesla. And a lot of people think this is basically Donald Trump saying, Elon Musk, I'm going to nail you. I mean, that's what some people are saying. Analysts are already warning that this policy shift could cause Tesla to lose 80 to 90% of its carbon credit income. That's a direct hit of at least $1.1 billion per year, straight to Tesla's bottom line. Think about that. That's money that's helped Tesla invest in new factories, develop new technology, push the world towards electrification, and maintain its profitability even through difficult times. Losing that kind of guaranteed income is a big blow. I mean, Tesla can use that income to develop robo-taxis, to develop robots, basically to develop the future of the American industrial complex. So how does this affect people? For consumers, slashing fuel economy standards means automakers have less incentive to produce affordable, efficient electric vehicles and plug-in hybrids. It means more gasoline cars on the road, probably more diesel cars, more emissions, higher fuel costs for consumers in the long run, and worse air quality. For legacy automakers, for companies like Stellantis, General Motors, and Ford, this is a temporary lifeline. That's what it is. It's absolutely a lifeline. They've been spending hundreds of millions, billions of dollars, in fact, sometimes buying credits, particularly Stellantis. Now they won't have to in North America. This could allow them to slow down, well, it will, their EV transition, pushing more gasoline cars, which is exactly what the Trump administration wants. For climate goals, this is a huge setback for US climate targets. More emissions, slower EV adoption, and less investment in green tech. That's what Musk has been saying. You're eliminating the future of American green tech by acting in this way. The irony here is thick. Elon Musk has in recent times expressed public support for Donald Trump, even going as far as advising him on certain policy matters. Of course, then they had the falling out over this kind of stuff. This very administration, though, is now moving to directly attack one of Tesla's most consistent and profitable revenue streams. And, is this a calculated risk, a miscalculation, or does Elon Musk believe Tesla is now strong enough to stand on its own without this crutch? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure Tesla didn't see this coming. Whatever the reasons behind this, right, the message is very clear. The political winds in the US are shifting dramatically against the rapid acceleration of electric cars. This is not really so much about consumers. This is about American policy, American government policy. This $1.1 billion bomb for Tesla is just one of the most visible consequences. There's going to be numerous other downstream effects as well. So what do you guys think? Is this a devastating blow for Tesla and the EV movement, or can the US weather this storm? I mean, I'm not so sure they can. Will other automakers potentially just cancel their EV plans in the United States? They certainly could, at least slowing them down already. This will probably incentivize them to slow them down even more. Remember, legacy automakers don't make money selling electric cars. So this sort of helps them. Don't forget to like this video. Please share it with someone that you know might get value from it. I'm sure you know someone, because that helps the channel to grow. Thanks for watching.